Welcome back to the realistic road to glory. We've finished all of our January transfer action. Players are in, players are out. The team is set for the rest of the season. The question is, what can we achieve in the rest of the season? Our recent run of form has seen us close the gap significantly on those in the top half. And even though we're still 11th in the Premier League, we're very close to European spots now. And if the form continues, there's no reason why we can't finish in a European spot via a league finish this year. Of course, we may well have the opportunity to do so via the FA Cup again this year. We lost the FA Cup final last season, rip. But we have Leeds away in the fourth round here and an opportunity to progress. After we played Leeds in the last episode, actually lost 3-2 to them, but it was a little bit questionable, the manner in which it happens. Then we've got Palace, Brentford and Bournemouth as the rest of the episode, although if we beat Leeds, then there may well be another FA Cup game drawn this month. We should, by the end of this month, find out who we're going to face in the next round of the Europa Conference League as well, and those games should come in March. But for the time being, fourth round of the FA Cup, 11th in the Premier League, and looking to improve in both areas as we begin today's episode. So please do drop the video a like if you're enjoying the content. I'd appreciate it very much. Thank you for your continued support on this save. I know obviously at 9 seasons in, we're certainly not getting anywhere near as many viewers as we used to, or I might like, but those of you that are still continually dedicated to the save, I really appreciate it. I'm not looking to finish the save early at this stage. If views continue to drain off, obviously my hand might be forced, but I'm trying my best to finish this save without having to do so prematurely like we did in the RTG last year, although that was because this game launched, so that really was taken out of my hands. So Leeds in the FA Cup, followed by a couple of Premier League games, unless another FA Cup game is drawn should we beat those in white at Ellen Road. So thank you to Jason, Fatal Shezza and JB Live on the board behind me. Thank you for your continued support. JB very kindly raided us on Twitch as we're recording this particular episode. So do head over and check his content out too if you so wish. Very big raid of 227 people. Right, let's go and play Leeds. If we can win every game today, then it's perfection. Now watch me lose the first game today. Leeds line up with Mohamed Diouf in goal for them. Eric Garcia at right back. Strauch, James DeBayo and Roman Vega. Johnny Cardoso and Yassine Adli still the midfield pivot. Kudus, Fernandes, Sudikov, Bayer still the forward four. I gave their manager the opportunity to select what team he wanted on this occasion, rather than picking it or tweaking it for him as per game bugs. But on the off in the cup, we tend to let teams pick who they want with regards to the game, so that it feels a bit more organic, because they may well have made decisions to rest certain players for league form, etc. Regardless, we should be strong enough to get a win against Leeds, I hope. I made some changes of my own, actually. Rogers and Ribeiro into the front line. Clarkson and Raskin into the midfield. Longos, Correa and Grabara into the defensive unit. Let's see if we can beat Leeds this time after losing to them yesterday. Roger Fernandes does what Roger Fernandes does, which is run around the outside of everyone. Ouattara's there with a header. It's not a great clearance. Sudikov under control. Grabara spills, but maintains possession ultimately. That could have been a dodgy way to give Leeds a 1-0 lead. It was a dodgy touch, certainly, from Leighton Clarkson. And Mohamed Kudus cuts inside, and he could maybe give Leeds the lead. Big save by Grabara again to deny Maximilian Bayer. Oh, this is already started off with us very much on the back foot. Drill it. Fine, Rogers. Oh, and he's beaten the man. It's a lovely turn. It's not quite the most free-flowing and agile of turns, but it's a good turn. Just keeping it away from all the defenders that are arriving. And here's Raskin, and it's blocked off. It's blocked by a teammate. Ribeiro was the one in the way there. That was travelling towards goal, and his teammate got in the way of it. Lovely. Mohamed Kudus is going to get away from Ouattara here. He's going to find Sudikov. Sudikov to Ouattara again. Sudikov to Kudus, sorry. Ouattara chasing him again. I've no idea who that's a free kick for. It's them, apparently. Sudikov on it. Are they going to go short? They are. Yassine Adli delivers a really dangerous ball. Longos gets in the way. We do get the first from Morgan Rogers, and he then gets fouled. Yellow card. I don't know, Mike. I didn't see it. They gave Kudus a red card. To be fair, you can already see that he's 2 feet off the ground there. Oh, no, to be fair. That was just a weird animation. It's just hop, skip, jumped. That is not a red card. I'm sorry, ref. You've gotten that one absolutely wrong. They've got a lucky rebound here, and I'm in trouble. But they've headed it wide, and now they're down to 10 men. I disagree, referee. Well, Kudus is their winger, so I don't suppose they'll make a change to accommodate for that. They might just push the fullback slightly further up as play builds. Play is building here, and they're in the box, but they haven't scored the goal. Leeds are going to be dangerous even with 10 men. Let's see what ours can do. Murillo looking for Agbinon. Oh, that turn is so heavy, but he's somehow managed to win the ball back again. Lancashire back inside. Dibbling! Wow. Manager on his knees, and I get it. How's that not gone in? That surely everybody in the ground thought that was going to fly into the back of the net and we'd be winning the game by a goal to nil. It hasn't. We haven't. And extra time is seconds away, unless they could have done something there, but they haven't. Another 30 minutes. Smith Rowe with a nice sharp turn. Getting away from Thierry Correa here. Into the middle. Try and nod this down with Lancashire. Didn't even get anywhere near it. Pascal Strout does very well. It's Dibbling. And through the gap. Is he onside? Mateus Fernandes. He is onside. We immediately, at the beginning of extra time, take the lead. We could have done it right at the end of regulation time, but the very inside of the post and across the goal mouth. But that was beautifully worked. Excellent little interlinking play. I would have preferred the knockdown with Lancashire initially, or with Dibbling, sorry, initially, but lovely ball through. Fernandes beats the line and beats the keeper. That might be us through to the next round of the FA Cup. Got an injury to Kruev now. I hope for their sake they have the available substitutions to make. That's not a foul. At least I don't think it's a foul. I think he's won the ball there. Lancashire's furious with him. It is a second red card. This is certainly a heated local derby, isn't it? Did he win the ball? He's gone through the man to get to it. I think on this occasion, that is fair cop for a red card. Engels with a free kicking opportunity. Well, he has the better stats. Mateus Fernandes just. We took Clarkson off, unfortunately, so he can't take the free kick. But Fernandes came on for him and scored a goal, but won't be scoring another. That was a poor free kick, to be fair. With that amount of power, to not get it over the wall, it's really frustrating. You really should be able to get it over the wall with anything over 3 bars of power, IMO. Trying to work this with Smith Rowe. Actually drop the shoulder and fool the defender and then look for Lancashire, who will dink it looking for Dibbling, who can't get to it. We have a 1-0 lead. We have a 2-man advantage. We have another free kick in a goal-scoring potential position with a little bit of work in the ball. Oh, that's Murillo, though. Lovely through ball, however. Lancashire, 2, no. 2, yes. Smith Rowe berries. Sorry, Leeds. Well, I say sorry. I don't mean it. Lovely take by Sudakov. Smith Rowe chasing him. He's running low on stamina now, Sudakov, but still got the change of pace and direction to fool us. Bayer with a header. Well, Grabara probably could have let that go wide, but decided to dive for it late anyway. Get that forward. I wonder where Leeds is. Oh, that was not meant to go there. Supposed to go to it's Fernandes in the first place. I wonder where Leeds' gaps will appear now in their back line. They're still pushing bodies forward and trying to get themselves back in it. They've got 3 at the back and 3 in midfield, I think, by the looks of things. At least they did then briefly, but that might be because lots of players have pushed forward. They're not going to get themselves back in it, though, ultimately, are they? Let's be honest. Looking for Agbinon here. Agbinon's got Lancashire with him, and then there's absolutely no one anywhere near to stop me from scoring a third, apart from the goalkeeper. Smith Rowe's just run past the ball. Thanks, Emil. You had all the time in the world to actually react to the fact that the ball was in the air next to you there. And now Leeds might be in one-on-one. Sudakov, Bayer. 2-1. It should have been 3-0. It isn't. It's 2-1. And now we'll see how the game ends. A little bit nervy now against the 9 men. Unnecessarily. Agbinon. I tried to play it down the line. Took a deflection. But that'll be game. Set throw in and the whistle will come. At least it should do. I mean, it hasn't yet. There might yet be an opportunity for a third. The whistle should have come. It will do as soon as they kick off. That'll be 3-1 then. Fair enough. I mean, the whistle should have gone. I feel a little bit bad for Leeds, I guess. The first red wasn't a red, so I feel a little bit bad for them there. And they shouldn't have been in the position to concede a third there either. The referee should have blown his whistle. So I feel a little bit bad there. But it's a local derby, so at the end of the day, bollocks to them. We're through to the 4th round of the FA Cup at their expense. And now we can focus on the league game against Crystal Palace, who are certainly underperforming this year. Vincent Kuhn in goal for Crystal Palace. Armstrong, Huijsen, Devoe, Konsa and a 77 rated Pervis Estupinian at left back. Szoboszlai and Ozzo, the front three remains unchanged of Don Angelo Canadu, Conrad Harder and Igor Duarte for them. They're only a couple of positions below us in the Premier League, but a little bit of a way off us points tally-wise. But if they get a win here, then they'll close that gap right up. We obviously have ambitions of closing the gap on those above us at the moment, but this could be a brilliant start for them. But Bergstrom's made a very good save to hold down that #1 spot for Premier League football this year. Obviously, Grabara has been playing very well recently. Thanks, it's a bit of a poor ball to him, and Devoe reads the turn well. It should have been a good chance on goal for us, but because of the poor pass from Dibbling, it's not. Fernandez forward to Dibbling, great touch and turn. Looking to send Lanxier into the channel, well intercepted by Ezri Konsa, who continues to be rock solid for Crystal Palace in this save, despite the fact that he's getting on a bit in years now. We're continually going to try and lean on the weak spot of Pervis Estupinian. And Lanxier is in behind him here. And he scores the goal. We take the lead against Crystal Palace. That's been coming, certainly with a balance of play so far. Let's hope that balance doesn't shift. Thankfully didn't make contact. Sara to Engels again. Stop just diving into challenges unnecessarily, you stupid twats. Lanxier, Agbenon, tucks it back. Engels and Fernandez looking for Lanxier again. Lanxier has Dibbling. Dibbling with great footwork. Oh, but then not the pass to play in Mateus Fernandez. That could have been a really, really well worked second goal. Everything but the final pass, unfortunately. Here they come. So annoying. In that scenario, I always feel like the ball... I don't flick with the right stick. I change player with LB. And you anticipate it's going to give you the left back that's closer to the ball. But it doesn't. It gives you the centre back. So I'm changing player and pressing up on the controller to run towards the man in possession. And end up actually just running away from the man in possession. I'm sure the left back is the closer player to the play there as it develops. Let's have a look. As time goes by, the left back is the one that's with him here. Murillo's definitely further away. So I'm anticipating if I auto switch with the LB that it's going to give me the #2 and I can then close him in. But no, it gives me Murillo who runs away. Then by the time I've reacted to then come in with the fullback, I can't get to him. Just game things, just EA things. Bradford 1, Palace 1. Engels. We'll try and get ourselves the lead again if we can. Mateus Fernandez with a lot of space. Effort well held by Kuhn. 94 finishing on Mateus. Ow, I think is probably the word. 94 finishing on Mateus Fernandez. So it's worth a go from any sort of scenario with him. But I don't know what his long shots are, actually. Regardless, if you've got 94 finishing, you should be able to at least half decently shoot from anywhere and stand a chance of burying the ball in the back of the net. We win this back? Not yet. Duarte. Harder. Oh, lovely ball. Good save by Bergström. Somehow able to react well enough to get that ball away. Palace are cutting me apart quite nicely there at the minute. I'm struggling defensively to be able to deal with the position changes or player changes that I need to... concentrated for a moment there. To be able to close them down, unfortunately. They're just moving the ball about so quickly that I can't quite deal with it. He's beaten a Shempong there. Murillo's coming across, but he's going to find Harder. He's got a man square of him that he's elected not to use, but he's shot wide. Into Dibbling. Lanxier into the channel. This will be 2 then, or it should be anyway. Yep. Not very often does Lanxier let you down. This is not one of those few times. It's regular business as usual for the main man up top. Another goal for him. Corner for Palace. Ozzo's gone off and Eze has come on. Eze for Ozzo is quite a fun... Oh, no, it's going to go wide. Quite a fun Substitution. There's Constance's header. Looks like it was destined for the back of the net there. Lucas was nowhere. Bergstrom completely lost his positional sense there. A press pass. Oh, how many times am I going to get screwed by gameplay, man? Defender intercepts it, you press pass and nothing happens. Glasner celebrates another one. I mean, the fact that Harder even came in and got the slide tackle on both of them anyway is ridiculous. That finishes equally as outrageous from Dominic Szoboszlai. And Palace equalised for a second time. And I've got an issue with both goals for them. Sara into Fernandes, who shows good strength. And then good agility to get to that loose ball. Sara looking to get away here. Rise one challenge. I squeeze that to Lankshear. Probably not. Maybe now, yes. Lankshear's in. Give me my lead back. Screw you, Crystal Palace. Hat-trick Will Lankshear. 3-2 Bradford. Canadu. No, Don Angelo. Thank you, Bergstrom. 4 minutes to go. Big save. Relatively straightforward save, but still got to make him. It's Canadu's first shot of the game. Boyson wins that header. Saeed will get it back out. And in it comes again. All my attempted headed clearances at the minute are going nowhere near clear. Volley is awkward, actually, for the keeper, as that was moving around a bit. But Bergstrom does get it down and under control. And on the counter-attack, actually, we could make it 4-4. I've lost the ball. Dibbling's run straight into the man. There's 3 minutes added on. It could yet go all pear-shaped for us here. Let's make sure that we don't let them have another goal. Canado with options. Here's Saeed. Brilliant positioning by Ouattara. Get himself in the way of the shot. Murillo as well. That hit a hand, though. It's going to be a free kick for Palace. On the edge of the box. Down the flank. With milliseconds left to go. Yarrett wins the header brilliantly. That time a clearance did end up being a clearance. 3-2 Bradford, game 1, and we'll dedicate it, to It's Just JP, who's just subscribed on the Twitch channel. Thank you, mate. That's for you. Games have been rescheduled in March, so that leads me to believe that the next round of the Conference League has been drawn, and it has with Frankfurt. That's not the best of draws for us. That's probably going to be one of the strongest sides that are still in the competition, unfortunately. Bugger. That's annoying. We are 11th in the Premier League still. You see how the gap below is growing yet further. 16 points clear of the relegation zone now. It goes 16 points above us from 36. We're actually top of the table. We're 11 points off Newcastle at the top now. We're about to simulate Brentford and Bournemouth, though, who are currently 19th and 20th, respectively. So this should be a pretty straightforward result for us. But when is it ever? Let's put Morgan Rogers in for Sara, just because he's slightly... Actually, he gives a -2, so we'll just leave Sara in then. Fair enough. That was a quick decision, undone. And, well, hopefully we get a decent result. And we do. Agbinon and Lankshear with a goal in the 86th and 1st minutes, respectively. But Will Lankshear keeps his goal-scoring run going. And Man United lost to Everton, so that is definitely us into the top half. In fact, we're into the top 9, and there are 4 sides there locked on 39 points. But you'll notice we are only 2 points off 6th and Chelsea. We're only 3 points off 5th and Arsenal, and only 5 points off 3rd and Brighton. We have absolutely recovered this season, haven't we? After a nightmare start, we thought relegation might be a possibility. It's turned around. Everybody's recovered very well from that midweek game then. Or from the weekend game, sorry, for this next midweek game. We go Saturday, Wednesday, Sunday. So 4 days between each game. We should be able to manage the squad accordingly and still field a very strong side against Fulham in the FA Cup. Away from home against Bournemouth in the league, it's a 1-1 draw. Jay Davies came on for Ouattara before half-time, seemingly. Came on and then scored in the same minute. The left-back gets his first goal for the club. Fujiwara got an equaliser for bottom of the table, Bournemouth. Man United won against Newcastle, which is important at the top end of the table. It's also important for us, of course, in our league position, because it now knocks us... Oh, I thought it was going to knock us, at least, out of the top 9 and below Man United again, but it hasn't. And we are continually 3 points off 5th and 5 points off 4th and 3rd. All right, everybody's dropping points at the moment, then. We're 9 points. 8 points. 8 points only off top of the table. Don't get excited, but don't rule it out. Jonas Urbig in goal for Fulham here. They're going 4-1-4-1. Raffaele Abate at right back. Abate, an Italian right back, is absolutely a throwback, isn't it? Calvin Bassey at centre back alongside Mason Walker, a regen or youth player, and Callum Scanlon at left back for them. Did we use Scanlon in this save, or did we use Scanlon in another save? The name Callum Scanlon just rings a bell for me. At left back. Scanlon, we had him on loan from Fulham earlier in the season, earlier in the save. There you go. That's why we did use him, and he's now in the starting lineup here, at least for the cup football. Anyway, Nicolo Fagioli in the CDM spot with Ben Doak, Erkan Kirkchu, Nicolo Ravella, and Mike Temson on the left, who's someone I'm unfamiliar with entirely, and Luis Miranda up top, another youth player. We've got some options on the bench. Some are okay. Nicholas Jackson starting to make an impact at his new club, I'm sure, but obviously, as we did with the Leeds game earlier in the episode, allowing the AI manager to select the side that he wants for this competition, considering the nature of the Premier League fixture list either side. And then Patreon player Luke Farrell is on the bench for them as well, a left winger. They've also got Zion Suzuki as an option on the bench as a backup goalkeeper should they need them. Changes for me for this competition this time around are Hayward on the right, Raskin and Smith Rowe in the middle, and then Von der Haar and Davies and Grabara again in the defensive unit. Try and find Lancashire here and flick it around the corner. Lewis Hayward could get there, but Callum Scanlon has the legs to extend and get to it. Here's Temson now. Do you guys know who Mike Temson is? It's not a name I've come across before, I don't think. Doak, tackled well by Jarek. And space for Agbenon to get into here. And they've got not enough defenders back in position at the moment. But I don't have enough forwards forward in position at the moment, I don't think. Lancashire, good save by Urbig. It did get an effort away in the end, but it wasn't necessarily one that stood much of a chance of going in. I think I just hit the man in the box there rather than him actually actively trying to score a goal with it. Davies will turn here. I'll try and dink this in, flick it round the corner with Lewis Hayward. And it has reached Lancashire. I didn't expect it to. The defender flew forward, so I thought he was just going to intercept. He hasn't. Raskin away. Raskin! Very nearly replicated, in fact almost even bettered his worldie at Old Trafford by hitting the woodwork here at Craven Cottage. That would have been one of the goals of the season for sure if that flies tops. Tackle on Ravella. Well executed. Von der Haar to Smith Rowe. Lancashire. Hayward. Lancashire. And he's around the corner of the defender and should but won't finish. Agbenon. First time shot, please. That should be 1-0. Actually, I shouldn't be playing Smith Rowe. He's against his parent club here. I'm not sure what the FA Cup rules are compared to the Premier League rules, but I actually shouldn't be playing Smith Rowe here. That's an oversight from me. I apologise. Unless the rules are different in the FA Cup to the Premier League, we will have to look into that. We may well end up with a fine as per previous seasons. Previous seasons, I've played a player that's cup tied. On this occasion, playing a player that is against their parent club. It's more of a break of the loan rulings rather than a break of the competition's rules. It would be a break of the rules of the particular loan deal. So I think a fine would probably be fair, as opposed to an expulsion from the competition. We'll look and see if there's precedent elsewhere from real life. I mean, I might end up losing anyway. So we might take a fine and just not end up going through. But we'll have a quick Google after the game, depending on the result, and see what's what. Apologies for fielding a player that shouldn't be on the pitch. Flicked around the corner. Ravella can't quite get there to block it. It goes wide regardless. Fulham doing all right so far. It's been a relatively even game. You've seen where they are in the Premier League compared to ourselves. We're having, other than goal difference, an identical season, I think. So they can feel like they can take the win away from us, and we feel like we can take the win away from them. If Lancashire could have finished his first effort, we might have done. That might be a penalty. I think it was just in the box. It is. Calvin Bassey's given away a pen. It's a yellow card. Double jeopardy rule, of course. Bassey gives us a penalty, and in the last few minutes of the first half, Lancashire will have the opportunity to pop this tops and give us the lead, which is duly done. Bradford 1, Fulham 0. Away from the man. Oh, I've overrun that. Sometimes players can be a little bit too quick for their own good. He's run straight into Engels there. Just as I just ran straight into their man as well. Lovely little reverse pass to Fagioli and Doak. Engels is just everywhere, isn't he? Never stops, that man. Raskin, good footwork, good turn. It won't quite reach Clarkson though. Kirksu does well. Doak into Miranda. Up against Yarrick. Yarrick intercepts well. Can't find the ball out. This is feeling rather ominous for Fulham at the moment. But the finish when it came, just straight up wasn't good enough. They worked the chance very well and then wasted it. Actually not fouled apparently. Oh, it's a finish and a half from Miranda. Keeper perhaps unsighted as the defender tried to get in the way. With 20 minutes to go, Fulham have levelled it up and we might well be headed for extra time in the FA Cup again. Oh, he's maybe taking a slight deflection off the foot of the defender as well. Doak inside to Kirkchu. Forward to Miranda. Up we go, please. Good header, well won. Clarkson can't get there. Miranda with a worldy attempt. Well stopped by Grabara. Doak back into the middle. And it's down for Clarkson and away to Lancashire. Lancashire looking for the run of Lewis Hayward, who's just not got the physicality to hold off Callum Scanlon, unfortunately. Fulham come back again. It would knock us out if they score now. We've got substitutes waiting to come on. I was hoping they'd have an impact before the end of the regulation time. Oh, he won't get a better chance. Steals it off the defender, wastes it with the last kick of the game. Well, the last kick of the regular 90 anyway. It will be extra time against Fulham, just as it was against Leeds. Big ping by Shempong. We've got bodies forward here. Brilliant from Kirkchu. It's exactly what you expect from a man with that quality and experience. We did look at him in January. In the end, decided against bringing him in. Went for Fernandes instead, which I still think was the right decision. But that's not to say that Kirkchu isn't a very good player. What a reaction. Save from the goalkeeper and then clearance from the defender as well. Fulham cleared off the line. They very nearly won it in extra time. We do look at the moment destined for penalties as it stands. Back to Engels here. I'll look forward to Clarkson, who's in a bit of a space. And finds Agbenon, who has Ribeiro running off him. Ribeiro could draw the defenders away, which he's done well. And then run through that gap maybe. Ribeiro! 119th minute. Rodrigo Ribeiro sends Bradford City into the next round of the FA Cup. We will be giving ourselves and replicating the fine from season 4, where we fielded an ineligible player in the FA Cup. So it's a £200,000 fine. We will be replicating that. We set a precedent earlier in the save. We will also forego our prize money for winning this round of the competition as well. If we'd have gone out, then we'd have gone out. And we would have only taken the fine. But we'll take the fine and forego our prize money as a result of fielding the ineligible player. Because we set a precedent, like we say, in an earlier season where we basically did the same thing, although on that occasion I think it was someone that was cup-tied as opposed to a lone player that shouldn't have played against their parent club. We do win by 2-1 against Fulham. We will advance to the next round of the FA Cup. So the league form continued very well indeed. Obviously it would have been nice to get the win against Bournemouth, but we weren't quite that lucky. We are through the next round of the FA Cup, where we've been drawn against Sheffield Wednesday. We're through to the next round of the UEFA Europa Conference League, obviously. And we are against Frankfurt there, as we mentioned earlier. So Frankfurt and Chelsea will be the games that we'll play in the next episode, as well as Sheffield Wednesday. I'm not going to miss out the opportunity to win the FA Cup again by simming something like that. So we'll probably sim the first leg against Frankfurt, and then we'll know exactly what our situation is heading into the second leg. Chelsea will play, obviously, Burnley away. We will sim later in the month. And then, obviously, the end of the Premier League season is the end of the Premier League season. We may well end up splitting months into two later with FA Cup football and hopefully latter rounds of the Conference League as well. But we, in terms of the spreadsheet, we're going to pay the fine for... Actually, where was it? Let me find and get the exact wording. Fine for ineligible player is what we did before, and we'll do that again in Season 9 for £200,000, unfortunately. For me, I'm just a bit of a moron sometimes, so we pay the quite literal price. But in the league table, we now sit continually 9th. Oh yeah, of course, we looked at the league table actually before the cup game, didn't we? So nothing's changed since then. We're still level on points with Fulham in 8th, 3 points off Arsenal in 5th, and then 5 points off the Champions League positions. It could be a fantastic season for us. Alternatively, of course, I could bottle it again. We shall wait and see. Do drop the video a like if you've enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any more. Do please come and join me live. Be great to have you, either here on YouTube on the live stream or over on Twitch. But for today's video content, that's it for me for today. I'll see you next time.